In this series of videos, I'm going to show you the very basics of CSS, and then I'll give you some resources so that you can go beyond those very basics. But the hardest part is really just getting started. So the first thing you need to know is that CSS is about style. HTML is about content, and CSS is about style. So you'll put all your style information into some CSS stuff, and you'll put all your content into HTML. And the two will interact in some ways, but the main thing is that you don't necessarily want to say in your HTML how something's going to look. You just want to say what kind of thing is it? Is it a paragraph? Is it a big header? Is it a numbered list? Whatever. And then let the CSS take care of how is that going to look. Do I want paragraphs that are double spaced? Do I want paragraphs that are indented? Do I want paragraphs that have a particular color or border or whatever that is? And the CSS will do that. So you can see on the screen that I've got a very simple HTML document, and there's no CSS in it. And you can see on the left side that I've got the way that the document looks in the browser, and on the right side you can see the way that the document looks in your word processor looking at the HTML codes. So the first thing we want to do is figure out where do we put this CSS. And CSS styles can go in three different places. First, there could be a separate style sheet, and we're not going to talk about that right now, but you could make a style sheet that's separate from your HTML document, and then just put a special note in your HTML document to link to that style sheet. You can also put CSS in the head section of your document, and that's what we're going to do, is put the CSS commands in the head section of our document, and then it will apply to the whole document. And then finally you can do what's called inline CSS, which will put the CSS tags intermixed with the HTML tags, and that can work sort of, but it's not really taking advantage of the power of CSS, so it's much better to have a separate style section in the head. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to start in the head. So far all we've done in our head pretty much is put a title, and that's fine, but I've always mentioned that the head is for behind the scenes kind of stuff, and so we're going to put some behind the scenes kind of stuff, and we're going to put our tag for CSS, which is our style tag. So I'm going to just make some space for that, and I'm going to ignore the indenting because it will just get in the way. And so I'm going to start with a style tag and end this section with a /style tag. Then I'm also going to have a parameter for the style tag to tell the style tag that it is going to be containing CSS. So I have type equals, and then in quotes, text /CSS. And so everything between the style and the /style will be defining our style. And I'll save that, and I can even jump over to the browser and refresh that. It doesn't change anything because I haven't put in any styles. And so what we want to do is define styles for any of the HTML tags that we want to adjust in any way. So I'm going to finish this short video with the simplest thing I can do. I'm going to say that all my paragraphs, so anything with the P tag, is going to have the color green. That means that the text color is going to be green. And so our tags up at the top here, then there are curly brackets, and inside the curly brackets are lines of special code, special CSS code that do things. And one of those special CSS codes is the color, and so it says color, green, semicolon. Going to save it, going to go back to the browser, refresh, and you see all my paragraphs turned green.